Hi humans, it's Hannah, and we have been spending a lot of mornings together. If you watched the last two videos, this is like the third morning we spent together. But anyway, I just finished my workout, and this video is what I eat in a day while I'm going on a cut slash a fat loss phase, and I'm starting to count calories for the first time in a very long time. So figured I'd walk you through what I'm doing right now. And of course, this is not a super accurate portrayal because it's just one day and every single day is different. So if you want like a more, a slightly broader picture, then I can film a full week of eating. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in the comments down below. And before we start the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can hang out with me every week. But pre-workout, I had a 1/4 cup of cottage cheese mixed in with half of this 0.2% fat Greek yogurt. And the reason being is because I'm going to keep the rest for my dessert at night. But anyway, I mixed that with some cinnamon, and then I chopped in like a medium to small-ish banana. I don't really know what that is, but medium to small-ish banana. I logged it into MyFitnessPal as medium, and then I sprinkled in some more cinnamon. And the plan was to add a teaspoon of honey, but because I wanted a little bit more volume, I switched that with 1 rice cake, which is about the same calories as 1 teaspoon of honey. So that's my pre-workout. I have some carbs, I have some protein, almost no fat. And so, it's like a quick digesting carb with just a little bit of protein to kind of get me through my workout. And I was supposed to train upper body, but the last 2 videos coincidentally were of me also training upper body. So I was like, you know what? I'll mix things up for you. So I decided to train lower body today just to have a little bit of variety in the clips. And on my way out, I realized that I forgot my tripod, and I literally went all the way upstairs to get my tripod. And then I get to the gym and I look in my bag and it's not there. So I don't know if I just went upstairs and I just brought it downstairs and I left it and I went out. But anyway, here are some of my workout or exercises of the day. It was a very squat heavy day, or it's a leg day, but I'm regaining my squats back and I'm rebuilding the foundation of my squats because I've not been squatting very heavy or squatting very well for a very long time. So I decided to strip it back to basics. And this is kind of like phase 3 of my program where I'm finally lifting the barbell. And I wasn't too disappointed actually. I am squatting with way wider range of motion even before I lost my squat. I've developed my range of motion so much, even if I still don't have my original weight back. And I am also finally getting into front rack squats, which are such a pain. I hate them and they're not something I'm very good at, but I finally started to get into them. And the heaviest weight I could lift today is just 40 kilos of that for 6 reps. I felt like I could do more, but you know what? I just didn't want to go too heavy. Even my back barbell squat, the maximum I lifted was 70 kilos for 7 reps or 6 reps? 6 reps, I think. Yeah, 70 kilos for 6 reps. So I'm still satisfied. It's the first day of this phase 3, so I didn't want to go too heavy, especially since I actually did my training for a 5K run yesterday. So my legs were just the things I do for you. Anyway, I then just did some unilateral work on my legs, a few exercises unilaterally, and then I did some plyometrics with some side step jumps and then sprint intervals, and then I cooled down and whatever. But again, not a workout vlog, so not going to go too much into that. Side note, a few days ago, as it usually happens, someone asked me if this thing is healthy. People just come up to me and ask me if this particular food is healthy, and if other people are in the room, they will inevitably give their opinions because that's all they are, opinions. They're not even facts. And this one person was just well, a banana is it's okay if it's small, but the imported large ones, that's too much, that's not healthy. I'm what? What are you saying? So I wanted to take this moment as an opportunity to point out that, number 1, no single food exists in a vacuum. It's part of a larger diet, right? You're not just consuming that one food, you're consuming it as part of a diet. Number 2, not only does every person differ in their goals and their needs, and there's no such thing when I hear people saying you can't eat a banana if you're trying to lose weight, I'm no, actually you can eat pretty much anything if they fit within your calories. There are better options depending on your goals. Some foods are better than others, some will keep you fuller. Every single person is different. Every single like body type and psychologically we're different, and just like it's all so individual. But on top of all that, there is just some people are just spewing misinformation unapologetically, and like I kept trying to correct this person and they were not having it. Just wanted to rant about that ever so slightly. Anyway, we're gonna go home and we're gonna eat because I'm starving, but after my shower because I'm disgusting. Okay, so I'm taking my creatine now just because I forgot to take it in the morning, and now we get actual food. So for my post-workout, I have these wraps, I suppose. I don't know if they're not wraps, but I have these sandwiches prepped. And when I make these again, and it's a when because these are actually really good, I do want to make them again, I will do something a little bit different. I think I will just prep the chicken and the egg veg layer. So it's kind of like a frittata, sort of, separately. So like I'll prep them and I'll just put them in a box, and then I will assemble the sandwich myself. So like a slice of cheese, this is about 30 grams of cheddar, and the wrap, I think I'll do them now instead of just like having it wrapped, because these two take longer to heat up. And so like when I try to grill them, it doesn't heat up in the same way. So I'm going to heat these separately now, and then I'll put them with the wrap and the cheese to then grill and melt the cheese. Also, another reason I probably leave the bread for another time is because like it either cracks or becomes too soggy, or just, yeah. So I would leave the bread till I'm just preparing them and assembling the actual sandwich together. This is what they look like on the inside. Okay, so I decided to semi-multitask by sitting outside while having my post-workout so that I can get my vitamin D at the same time, since the sun is finally out. And I contemplated having another cup of coffee, but then I decided that I will instead have this hot apple cider herbal tea from this brand that I actually quite like called Royal. And this is like 11 calories, but honestly, it's the kind of thing that I would not usually put into my MyFitnessPal or like track, especially since I'll maybe have it once a day. And it's really not that big of a deal, but I'm doing it just for the sake of the video and for the sake of accuracy. I'll give it a little bit more sweetness with some stevia, but like not the whole thing, just like literally just a little bit. Also, I have both my water bottles filled. So this is 750 ml, that's 500 ml. And I tend to fill them up throughout the day, like twice each. And then this once for the evening, because I try to limit my water intake in the evening for waking up in the middle of the night purposes. But so far, I've already had one of each, if not actually a little bit more. So maybe like 2 of these. So about 1,500 ml so far-ish. But yeah, my average is like 3 liters a day. Sometimes it's a little bit more actually. And that's not even counting things like tea and whatever. But yeah, I'm taking them with me to get to work, and I'm taking my tea and I'm getting to work, and I'll see you in the next meal. Hi again, it's me. I don't know if this is lunch or dinner, but we are reheating some rice. So this is half a cup of cooked rice. I always have some in the fridge or in the freezer just for convenience's sake. And so I'm also draining 1 tuna can. This is light tuna in water or like in brine, so it's not in oil. And after I drain that, I add that and I heat it up with the rice, and then I add some soy sauce and a little bit of water so that I can dissolve some miso paste in it. And once all of that combines really well and most of the moisture is absorbed, I'm then going to dump that onto about a cup of sliced cucumbers, and I'm just going to mix them together. And after that, I'm adding some extra soy sauce just for a bit more flavor. And I'm adding a 1/4 cup of mashed avocado. And then I'm adding some sweet chili sauce because it just really ups the flavor. And that is lunch/dinner. Later in the day when I start getting hungry, I grab a snack. So this is about half a cup of strawberries. Believe it or not, they're 3, but they're massive strawberries. So it's about half a cup. And then I grab these protein puffs. And at some point I used to completely avoid packaged foods like this, but then I realized that some flexibility and convenience and even fun can make things easier to stick to. And it's not that big of a deal to grab a snack like this every now and then, because again, it's about the full picture, not just the individual choices. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to start making the last meal that I'm having for the day, which is like dessert/dinner. I don't know. I never know what to call my meals, but I'm just going to chop half an apple and I'm going to cover it with some cinnamon and water, and I'm going to microwave that until it's a little bit soft. And once that is done, I'm going to add half a cup of oats, as well as probably more cinnamon and a little bit of stevia. I'm sure you could tell that I sweeten almost everything with stevia, and I use 1 or 2 of these a day. I don't use the whole pack all at a time, but anyway, I cover that with more water, heat it up again, and then I add some coconut milk and then some more cinnamon and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and then I put it in the microwave for a final time just to firm up a little bit. And when it cools, I'm going to add the rest of the Greek yogurt that I had from the morning, because I'm out of protein powder, in case you didn't notice. So I just wanted a little bit of protein in there. Here are the total calories and the macros of the day. Again, if you guys would like to see a full week of eating, please let me know in the comments down below and let me know if you have any questions. But otherwise, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, because that really helps me out a lot. And if you want more content, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and I have a podcast called Healthier and Happier with Hannah if you'd like to check that out. And if you want more content on here, then you can click either video on the screen, and I'll see you in the next one.